There was a situation today. Kyle Harrison on I want to say it was a 1-2 pitch. It was a 1-2 pitch, and it was high and inside. Just a little up and in, just a little, just move it out the way. Bryce Harper turns and screams at him right away. Throw the ball over the plate.
There's a few other words in there, but that's a good radio version.
Throw the ball over the plate.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, hey, beard guy, you don't have to throw the ball over the plate. What, you want a cookie? You playing home run derby out here today? What a weird thing to say. It was not an inappropriate pitch.
It was not a intentional pitch, a purpose pitch, a head hunt. It was high and inside.
It was up and in.
Yeah.
A little up, not even at the head level, chest level.
You're close.
A little tight.
Right.
Fastball. Good fastball. Kyle Harrison's got one. Not a pitch that I would gather would have somebody scream at the pitcher. But he did. Did Kyle do the next thing on purpose? I doubt it. FP says he's got a problem throwing to left-handers right now. It's a little bit in his head. And I have this was a little league experience, not a major league experience, so this is probably a terrible comparison. But I do think if you get in your head as a pitcher, if you get in your head don't hit him. Don't throw it inside. Sometimes that's exactly where the next throw goes.
Right.
Because you're focused not on the catcher and home plate. You're focused on the hitter, and your body will go where your focus is. And so that next pitch, even upper and inner, to the point where it did look like it hit Bryce Harper. The slow-mo replay shows his hands come off the bat, and the ball hit the bat. It hit the knob of the bat. So, strike two.
Yeah, it was 2-2. So
it was already 2-2, so it was just a foul ball.
I thought that it hit his right hand, which was the hand closer to Harrison, and then it ricocheted and hit the bat. But we got to review it. And then not only do you not get to charge the mound, but you don't get first base.
You don't even get first base.
You get to come back into the batter's box, and we get to get you out. And for me, the second pitch was it felt more purposeful than the first one. It was higher and more in tight than the 1-2 pitch that he took umbrage with.
Bob Melvin on Harrison and Harper.
No perspective. I mean, balls were inside. He's not doing it on purpose. Just when he misses, typically it's on that side of the plate.
Well, look, he's a lefty sidearm kind of right? He's got kind of a grip it and whip it type of a delivery. And so, yeah, I can see that. I will, the game did not call in that moment for anything purposeful.
No.
The Giants are losing. There's runners on base. It's Bryce flipping Harper, and nothing has happened previously in the series that would make the Giants want to throw at the Phillies' best player.
Right. So, the Giants have been hot. You're down 2-0, but you're looking to sweep Philadelphia. This is not the time for a purpose pitch. And if you're going to send a message to Bryce Harper, then you hit him. You throw in and you put one in his ribs if that's what you want to do. And I do think FP is right. And Bob Melvin, great sound you just played. Kyle Harrison's miss, and you can watch him throw both of these. He's fallen off a little bit, and he doesn't have that arm side command to lefties. And so his fastball zipping up there about 95 now. That thing will tail on him, and it tailed. The second one was even more of a purpose pitch than the first one, I thought.
Here's what Harrison had to say about it after the game.
Yeah, to an extent. I maybe missed a little in, but I don't know. I'm trying to get him out, man. He's a good player, so got to put it in spots where he might not be happy.
Okay, so he was asked if he was surprised by Bryce's reaction. Yeah, a little bit. I was too. That first pitch called for him to just get back in the box. Get back in the box. It's 2-2. What's the problem here? Starts yelling at him.
Yeah. Throw the ball over the blanking plate.
Odd.
Especially when you say that, because, like you said, what are we doing here? Throw the ball over the plate? I'm looking for a strike here,
right? So
that I can barrel you up and put one into the ocean.
If I'm a competitive pitcher, I'm going to throw the ball where I damn well want.
Right.
Not at your head, but outside of that, you don't get a vote on where I throw the ball.
Right.
You're the hitter. I don't know if you played baseball before. This ain't home run derby. You don't get to tell me where to put the ball. All right? Here's Bryce Harper on the incident.
You get in the face, man. It's not fun. So, that's about it.
You get hit in the face, man. It's not fun. You didn't get hit in the face. What are we doing here? I don't understand this entire thing. I have no idea what the hell happened today.
Well, what happened was Bryce Harper thought that Kyle Harrison was intentionally going up and in, and so he took umbrage at that fact, and the very next pitch, Kyle Harrison came even more up and even more in, and, Bryce Harper doesn't want to get hit in the face.
Right, but again, that first pitch did not call for that.
I agree with you. Did
Kyle throw the next one purposefully? I think probably not, but even if he did, I'm not a fan. You know me. I don't like to me, it's stupid. It's the most ridiculous bravado in sports of like, this is my plate, or you hit the ball hard last time you were up, so now I'm going to dot you. Right. I'm going to throw one at you. You know my least favorite Dan Dibley take in 3 years.
Oh, and they should do it again Friday. They should dot that fool. My take was that when Arson Judge said no thank you to the Giants, you got to come out and you dot him. Instead, here's a strike, Aaron. Why don't you go ahead and hit it over the fence? And he did. It's actually one of my better takes I've ever had.
This is my least favorite Dan Dibley. I'm not even going to say you're wrong. It's my least favorite Dan Dibley take.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Let's throw Let's throw at the free agent who decided to stay with the Yankees. So let's throw at him.
Right. Instead, let's just groove a fastball and show all the Giants fans what you're missing out on.
Yeah,
he really hit it.
I wish Aaron had fouled it back toward the broadcasters, but no, he hit it over the fence.
Yep.
No.
Here comes the judge.
Oh, I miss him.
Are we going to get him on or not, Lucas? What's the deal? Why is it so hard to find a retired guy?
John Sterling you're talking about, yeah.
Is he coming on Friday or not?
Are you sure he's healthy enough to come on? Let's start there.
No, but can we call and ask? It's a phone call.
What did I do wrong?
He could do it from his bedroom.
Hopefully.
No, I don't know. Let's find out.
All right.
Where is he?
I don't know.
What did I see wrong?
Are you trying to find out?
Mm-hmm. First, I'm cutting Bryce Harper sound so you can play it on air, though.
I'm already mad at you today. I want you to know that. That's where this is coming from.
I'm mad at you.
Well, I'm mad at you for your Kuminga tweet. It's very, very lacking context.
It says it's your hottest take.
Yeah, and people are not seeing that part. You're seeing the
They
quote.
never do.
No. So the whole thing when earlier today we're doing like, what is your most unpopular take?
Right.
Is I sit here for like 10 minutes explaining how I painfully hope that I'm wrong. And I think Kuminga is such a good player. But my unpopular opinion is that his outside shot does not lead me to believe that superstardom is in his future. I don't think that Jonathan Kuminga is a championship NBA one. Well, Lucas grabs all of the things I did say that sound very, very dismissive of Jonathan.
I'm just not that bullish on the future of Jonathan Kuminga. I don't think he's going to be great. I don't see it. I don't see it in today's NBA. I don't think he'll be a superstar.
Leaves out all the other stuff. And Lucas, I'm not saying I'd have done it any different. You Twittered perfectly.
Thank you.
And that's how you Twitter in 2024. And so here we go. I already know.
It's getting good traction.
No, Joe Shasky's going to throw a ball at me on Friday night because Shasky's never met someone under 25 that he doesn't think is going to be amazing and wants to give patience to. And he's going to see this quote, and he's going to think, God, this Willard guy is just like Steve Kerr. He hates young people. And I'm like, that's not what I said, but thank you for
I love the young people.
Thank you for Twittering so perfectly in 2024, Lucas.
It was a great tweet.
Yeah, it was a good tweet.
I mean, he took what you said and tweeted it. That really is the epitome of his job as the producer.
Right.
Is to tweet out the content and get reaction. And immediately the first comment was, he's right. JK's future is either an energy role player, like Aaron Gordon, on a good team, or 20 a game empty stats guy like Jeremy Grant. Then the next response, wrong. He already been more than that. Kuminga was second option like half of last year. His game has little similarities to Aaron Gordon. And then the other guy comes back at the other guy, and then the other guy comes back at the guy who went back at the other guy. What Lucas did is create additional content and create buzz on
Polarizing.
the internet.
Yeah.
Good job, Lucas.
At my expense. At my expense.
Wah, wah, call the ambulance.
It's well played. It's well played. Maybe you should be careful what you say into these live mics.
Don't hit that thing too hard. It might fall off.
Seriously.
That's another thing.
We're on a little bit of a run here.
Game just tweeted out the if anybody wants to go see what happened during
Oh, I got to see that.
the crossover, also known as the handoff thingy, if you're FP Santangelo, is right in the middle. And I believe I was the one talking when it happened.
The odds are.
That's crazy, right?
Man.
So Guru's right next to me, and we have these massive, you'd imagine this, we're up on the 10th floor of a large San Francisco downtown building. So there are very big double-pane strong windows here in the room. And one of them fell off right in the middle of the crossover.
Yeah.
Now, good thing they're double-paned. In this moment, one of them happens to be single-paned.
Yep.
Because one of them flew off, and it scared the bejesus out of all of us, especially Guru.
You want to hear what it sounded like?
Yes.
Here it is.
Walk outside and ask if Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Whoa, holy crap. What the hell was that? Uh-oh,
Just the
something's
line.
coming.
Yeah.
That actually came through on the air more than I thought it
Yeah.
would.
I mean, that was a loud,
God.
thunderous clang of the window. That's a heavy window now. And I mentioned before, it's 7 feet by 7 feet. It's
Yeah.
a big window, and it is plexiglass or a plexiglass type
Yeah, it's
window.
wobbly.
But that thing's heavy.
It's flop. Oh, holy crap. What the hell was that?
You with the holy
This guy's
crap.
coming.
And I thought it
Really
was,
shook me.
No,
I thought it was just the blinds, but it turned out it was the damn window.
Well, I didn't know what it was. I thought like the tape, like, you know what I mean? I thought something had broken. Holy crap. What the hell was that?
I mean,
Anyway, if you want to see
Yeah.
video of that, it is on 95.7 The Game's Twitter feed,
Right.
also known as Lucas's burner account.
just scroll past the hot take from Mark Willard,
Yeah,
who
good
wants
Lord.
Kuminga out immediately.
Yes, trade him. Trade him! Get him out of here. I can't stand Jonathan Kuminga. He hasn't turned 23 yet, and I hate people who haven't turned 23. Forget them. You know what we need in this town? We need more old athletes. That's what we need, Dibs.
Yeah.
Old people in tank tops sweating. That's what we need.
We need to pick up Chris Paul's $30 million guarantee
right.
that option.
Oh, that is.
Keep him around.
That's intoxicating. The idea
Yeah.
of Chris Paul. I'd tack another year on.
Sure.
Forget next year. What are we doing the year after that?
Keep him when he's 40.
Let's go.
40-year-old point guard who says no. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, gosh. It really has become one of the weird pivot points of Bay Area sports. Youth. Think about it. It's become a real pivot point. The commitment or lack thereof to young players within your organization. All three teams that we talk about have dealt with this in one way, shape, or form just in the last 2 years. Steve Kerr gets accused of not playing young players, right? That happened all the time.
Yep.
And then Kuminga had to go to Shams in order to, tweet about it or whatever, and then he got a bunch of playing time. Meantime, Pajemski and TJD are all over the floor. Trey Lance, there's another one. Why can't we just see him play, Kyle? Gosh, let us see him play. All right, there was that controversy. And then we've been dealing with the Giants the whole time. Why,
Play the kids.
just call them up. It's not like you're any good. Call them up. Let them take all the ABs.
Yeah.
And we're still embroiled in this right now as we speak with Marco Luciano making errors seemingly on half the balls that are hit to him. And I do think that some of the fan base still would rather just ride it out. Like, let's see what he can do and deal with the bumps and the bruises that come with whatever he does when the ball is hit his way. Meantime, they're in second place and completely in a playoff chase. And I would imagine the organization's like, I would rather have someone at short who has a glove on his hand. And I don't mean to take a shot at the kid, but seriously, these are not like, oh, he's struggling defensively. This has been, I'd argue, what's the right word? I don't want to use embarrassing. This has been the most unsettling week I've ever watched a major leaguer have defensively, unless we're talking about one of the famous
Chuck Knobloch or Steve Sachs
right. The yips that people have famously gone through that essentially ended their career.
Right.
I mean,
I'm trying to remember that pitcher who couldn't throw over to first base.
Well, there was the
John Lester.
And then
John Lester.
Remember,
thank you, Grandy.
Rick Ankiel. Rick Ankiel was this young hotshot pitcher for the Cardinals, and then all of a sudden it was like you didn't even know if the catcher would catch the ball.
Right.
I mean, he looked like, Bull Durham hitting the bull. Like the ball's going all over the place. And then they tried to bring him back a couple years later as a hitter. Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember the catcher who could no longer throw the ball back to the mound without double pump fakes.
Who was that?
Yeah.
That was so weird. Yeah. People get mental out there.
For sure.
And
it
maybe
can be unsettling.
And maybe Marco is dealing with that too. I don't know. Maybe it is mental.
Well, and being 22 and being in that spot and that spotlight as a shortstop, and you make an error and you're aware of it and everyone's aware of it and the team knows, and you try to play your way through it, and the bat's been good, and then you get another chance and you make another error, and then you make an error that costs your team a ball game because you can't turn two, and then you make a feed to second base that prevents you from turning two in the same game that you don't win. And so these things definitely weigh on anyone's mind, let alone a 22-year-old who's trying to make it.
You want to hear more Bryce Harper?
Let's do more Bryce.
Bryce Harper, who had an up-and-in fastball today that was out of line, at least in his mind. These are real quick hitters, okay? He was asked if he cleared the air with Harrison after the game.
He didn't mean to. Sinkers in.
No, he didn't need to. Sinkers in. Sinkers?
Play it again.
Did you clear the air with Kyle Harrison?
He didn't mean to. Sinkers in.
Yeah, he didn't need to. Sinkers in.
I don't know what that means, sinkers in. Sink or swim?
Yeah, no.
Sinkers in?
No, like he was throwing sinkers and they were in. No problem.
Okay.
So I don't think they were sinkers. They look like fastballs to me.
Right.
If they were sinkers, they didn't sink.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I don't really get that. But.
He also says apparently he actually wasn't that mad.
I wasn't really that mad. I just throw the ball over the plate.
Just throw the ball over the plate.
I wasn't that mad. Just throw the ball over the plate.
I don't think he was that mad. Like, he was mad with Hunter Strickland.
Yes, he didn't go. He didn't go.
Hunter Strickland threw at him on purpose.
Yes.
He knew he was going to, and when he did, it was on. Now I'm really mad, and now we are going to fight.
Well, the funny thing about that, for any Giants fan who remembers well.
7 years ago today.
7 years ago today, if you remember that well, if anybody should know about somebody throwing something and having it not go where you think it's going to go, it should be Bryce Harper. Because the worst pitch that's ever been thrown in the history of baseball is Bryce trying to throw his helmet at Hunter Strickland. Hunter's on the mound. Bryce winds up to throw his helmet at him, and the ball goes to the right. I'm sorry, the helmet goes to the right of first base.
Yeah, it flipped. I don't know if you've ever tried to throw a helmet at someone else's head.
Full I don't
speed.
think that I have.
Yeah, because you're holding it by the bill, and you rear back to throw it, and it slips a little bit, and then you go forward, and it goes flying.
It did happen to me today at the dog park. I had the little chuck it.
Yeah.
And Penny decided to switch up which ball she wanted, which she never does. But she brought me one that had two different colors. It was red and yellow.
Okay.
I am not above picking up the slobber ball. Right. And so, but I do have the chuck it now. And so it's a little smaller. So I put it in the chuck it, and I went to chuck it, and I cocked my arm back. And then as I brought it through, whoop, ball went backwards.
Oh.
I was like, whoa, that was like Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
With a helmet.
It's awkward.
It happens.
And I'm sure she still chased it, even though it was a bad throw.
No, because she gets it. She's a cherry picker. She gets started. She knows where I'm going to throw it.
Gotcha.
And she's gone. And then it went backwards. And so she stops and turns around and gives me the what for.
Right.
What the hell are you doing?
What the chuck, Dad?
Thank you.
What the absolute chuck are you doing?
I don't like this comment from Bryce Harper. I wasn't that mad.
He wasn't.
Just throw it over the plate?
Is that asking so much?
Yes. How about no?
I'm trying to hit the ball here. I don't want to be worried about having this ball whiz near my face. How about you throw it over the plate, Kyle?
Lucas, what was the thing you said that was like the backdrop of all of this?
So there's some history here with Bryce Harper.
Well, obviously.
Well, not specifically with Kyle Harrison, but He's been hit by lefties multiple times, and every time he gets really mad about it because back in 2021, he got hit in the face, and this was before he had the flap protecting his face. I don't know if he broke anything. It hit him right in the nose, and then this actually happened 2 years ago when Blake Snell was a Padre. Blake Snell hit him in the face. Again, another lefty trying to throw in, came up and in on him, got hit, and it hit him on the hand, and as he was going out of the game, reeling in pain, he turns around and starts yelling at Blake Snell to effing throw the ball over the plate. And Blake said, I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to. And Harper's like, I know, but I'm still angry. So there's history here.
Okay. All right.
And I'm just looking at it.
The
Genesis Cabrera.
97-mile-an-hour fastball
to the face. Yeah. And he puts his hand up because he sees it's coming. He tries to block it with his hand.
Oh, wow. Then to break your hand.
Well, better than taking it straight to the cheek.
No doubt.
And the dude gets up and takes his base. I'm sorry. I immediately pen my retirement there, and I file a class action lawsuit against the pitcher, the sport, Genesis Cabrera, and Rawlings, the baseball maker. You're all getting sued. 97 to the face?
Look, it sounds awful. Dude. To the face!
Thank you. Totally.
It's awful, but wait a minute. What are we uncovering here?
He doesn't like to be hit in the face by lefties.
Is Bryce Harper, one of the best hitters in the game, afraid of the ball? What are we talking about here?
Oh, underneath the eye black.
Listen, I've got all the sympathy in the world. I get it. That sounds like a horrific experience. But you don't get to then go forward with the rest of your career with the idea that whoever you're facing, especially when they're left-handed, they now must throw the ball over the plate, or else you get to be mad. What are we talking about? This is a weird story.
I've been hit in the face, therefore you must throw me strikes.
No.
That's the way that works. Right in the face.
This is incredibly odd. Bryce Harper does not allow left-handers to throw inside. Good Lord, if I was a left-handed pitcher, I would do nothing but for the rest of his career. If this guy's got a thing in his head about it, I mean, first pitch, fastballs, inside, every time, every at-bat. I mean, they don't face him again this year until the NLCS. But anyway, they don't face him again this year, so I guess it becomes irrelevant now.
Well,
but I mean, what do we, like?
He got hit in the head 2 weeks ago on a throw from the catcher back to the mound. He clearly has PTSD. Give the guy a break and throw him a strike. Is that too much?